What's happening, nerds? This is John, Nerding Out with Cards, coming back with another Ozzie Smith weekend video. And this one's going to be a little bit different, but if you notice behind me, like I shared in one of my videos, there's my picture with me and Ozzie at the turn two. And I'm kind of filling that out, and I got pictures of prints of other times I met Ozzie Smith around it. And it's kind of like that Dave Chappelle skit, where he's like, and that's the third time I met O.J. Simpson. Well, that's the third time I met Ozzie Smith. That's the fourth time, fifth time, and sixth time. I don't have pictures from the first two. But anyway, that's really cool and it's evolving. I'm going to add some stuff to it later on. But anyway, this Ozzie Smith weekend video, I'm going to share one card, only one card, and it's for a reason. So I'm just going to get right to it. Um, as I'm recording this, it is July 18th, which is a Saturday during the whole Hobby Palooza stuff that's been going on for the last, this is the seventh year. And what they do is they raise donations for signatures for soldiers. And it's this organization that gives back to veterans. And so I think as that as the backdrop, the obvious card is my Ozzie Smith Desert Shield. And I was watching a video earlier tonight, and Dave Peacemaker Cards, he picked up the Barry Larkin Desert Shield card, so that was really cool to see. But this card, very, very special card, obviously, as a retired service member myself. There's that somewhat of a connection there, because these were issued to, or meant to be issued to the people who were serving during the Gulf War. There's a whole story behind that. Go look it up yourself. I'm not going to recount the whole thing, but Topps took their cards, they put the Desert Shield stamp on it, put them in packs, and had shipped them out for service members. Well, an added specialness to this card is that my dad, he was serving in the Navy during the Gulf War. So for me, this is just one of the coolest Ozzie Smith cards within my collection. And as time has gone on, it has just, become more and more and more important to me within my collection. And so that's why I wanted to show this. In the spirit of the Hobby Palooza and its drive to generate donations towards signatures for soldiers. Obviously, if you go on to the Four Collectors channel, they've been having non-stop videos, like every hour, different videos, different hosts, guests, and all that stuff throughout the weekend. Hopefully you catch this in time. If you have not been checking out Four Collectors to this point this weekend, then, and you're watching this on, let's say, late Saturday, early Sunday, then get over there if you can. If you can't, I'm pretty sure that organization takes donations really anytime, right? However, if you donate this weekend and they take Zelle, which is preferred, or PayPal, which email address signatures for soldiers at yahoo.com. Signatures, common spelling, for FOR, soldiers, common spelling, at yahoo.com. And I'm going to kind of click some things. But if you put in the notes field HP7, and a way to identify you for prizes, because there's some sort of prize thing. I don't really remember or care what it is, because that's not why I care. And then if you have a YouTube account or something of that sort, put that in the notes field as well. But anyway, wanted to plug that for Four Collectors and their initiative of what Hobby Palooza has been doing the last 7 years, donating money towards that organization. Obviously, look up signatures for soldiers yourself to see more of what their mission statement is and everything. But a story that they shared, and this has nothing to do with baseball cards. If you want to see another one, okay, well, here's my Ozzie Smith Desert Shield again. But this is more like a real talk kind of thing. is the story that they shared was they raised almost $10,000 last year, and what that organization went and did was they went and took that money almost immediately and assisted a veteran who I'm sure has some type of disability which required like a special vehicle or something like that, and they needed either work done on it or a replacement, something of the sort, and that money was used to help out that veteran. Now, one of the things I will say is, uh, being on this side of the fence, for me there's a distinguishment for very important reasons of a veteran and a retired veteran. So, like, I'm a retired veteran, my dad is, and when you're retired, there's entitlements and benefits that you have, health care and all this other stuff. So, like, I'm not reliant upon VA health care, for example, and things of that nature. Whereas somebody who is not retired, let's say they did 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, whatever the case may be, and so therefore they're a veteran, there's they're not entitled to the same or as much like benefits and everything. Like, I have TRICARE, but they can't have TRICARE, things of that nature. So when you have somebody who, let's say, they served 4 years back in the 80s, that, well, they don't have those same entitlements, and therefore they are reliant upon um, different um, organizations, different like healthcare avenues and whatnot. So it's very, very different. And so when I hear of an organization such as Signatures for Soldiers, I view them as looking out for the veterans who don't receive as much, um, like right now, and then definitively over the course of time. It's just so different. You know what I mean? So it's really cool to me that there's organizations such as the American Legion, VFW, DAV, Wounded Warrior. There's so many Signatures for Soldiers. Like, I've been talking about this whole video, but obviously I think it's a worthy cause. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put uh, all the information that I spoke about in the channel description down below. Because if I put a picture up and whatnot, it's just like a whatever thing. You have to pause the video, screenshot, or something of the sort. But I'll put it down in the description, so then that way you can just, it's right there for you. But anyway, I'm just gonna kind of stop rambling. But once again, I'll show my Ozzie Smith 1991 Desert Shield in spirit of this weekend's Hobby Palooza and the drive for donations towards the Signatures for Soldiers initiative. So this is how I'm nerding out, and thanks for nerding out with me.